Alrighty, YouTube, what's up? It's been a minute. I haven't done a One Piece chapter review in a while, but better late than never. So today's video, we're going to be talking about One Piece. One Piece chapter 1028, CP0 doing some pretty shady things, Yamato and her abilities, Oda's clearing up some things, confirming some of our theories of sorts. Of course, many people have already created their theories, probably hashed things out and whatnot about Yamato's, powers and whatnot. And I have done the same. I don't know if I actually re-uploaded that video or not. I don't think so. But whatever. So, and then also, very lastly, Oda touch upon Sanji's, powers. Powers. And I put it in quotations because German 66 stuff. So let's get into the video. First, we kind of get off with a little cover art that Oda usually does when it comes to One Piece chapters, and this one has Usopp, Nami, Jinbei, pretty much the entire One Piece crew that's confirmed other than Yamato. And if Yamato does join, well, you already know she's going to be appearing in a lot of cover arts. I do know that I think Oda made a 100th volume little cover picture thing. I have them like all downloaded. I don't know if there are people out there who are like going to make like a giant 3-piece what do you call it, poster, or like little metal poster thing. If they are, I'm going to have them like around my setup here. And then I'm probably going to replace my Batman and JLA little canvases here. I'm going to probably put them in the background over there on top of my bed. But yeah, so if someone somewhere somehow makes one of those, that triple poster thing that's for the 100th volume of One Piece, I would love to find that. I'd love to get that. But yeah, so obviously Oda's just showing in this picture in particular pretty much gaming. So Usopp and Nami, pretty much not the real biggest fighters in the One Piece crew. So they're the gamers here. Of course, Usopp and Nami can fight when they are, needed to fight. As seen with Usopp, what was it? Usopp with Nami fighting that one headbutt girl, forgot her name. That's page one's sister. So that happened. And then we have Zoro pretty much being Legend of Zelda's Link. Don't know what the heck freaking Chopper is. Robin looks like that one green-haired girl, Succubus girl, from that one Capcom game. But I can't remember the game. Was it Dark Stalkers, Dark Fighters, something like that? Luffy's pretty much Ken, but with fire fist and then flaming hair that either reminds me of Gear 4 Snake Man or the Sun God Nika with the little silhouette drawing that Oda did. So I don't know if Oda is trying to signal something, but yeah. We also get Donkey Kong with Frankie, which I'm pretty sure that's Donkey Kong. I don't remember any other monkeys in Nintendo or Capcom other than freaking Donkey Kong. And then who's Donkey Kong's little monkey sidekick? I forgot his name. Diddy Kong, something like that. Then Sanji is freaking Metal Gear Solid Snake. I think that's the game I'm remembering, because Snake has a little cigarette too. He has a gun and whatnot. Jinbei is obviously your Waluigi from Mario, but instead it's a J, not Waluigi. What the heck is Brook? Brook is upside down. Blue hair crown. I don't remember. If you guys can figure it out, comment it down below, because I cannot remember for the life of me. But yeah, just cool little cover art. Absolutely love to see them. I always save them. Little screenshot, always save them. But yeah, let's get into the chapter. So, in the very beginning, we get a little bit of conversations between CP0 and, I guess, CP0's boss. Of course, it is, what's his name? The Jaguar guy from CP1, CP4, from a long time ago, during the time when Nico Robin got captured by them, and then that is when Luffy and the crew kind of shot an arrow at the world government. But I forgot his name. I'm just going to call him Jaguar guy now. The guy that got beat by Luffy. So, the guy that got beat by Luffy, the Jaguar guy, is talking to the head honcho of CP0, which we've seen them before. We've seen them in a previous chapter playing, I think it's called Go. And it seems that they are trying to plan for what's going to happen after, if or maybe, Kaido falls. And so they have a majority of the freaking Navy about to freaking annex the independent land of Wano. So yeah. And, they're obviously like, oh, we don't know if Straw Hat Luffy can beat Kaido because we can't picture that happening. But if it does happen in some way, somehow, or even if they lose, we're going to be there to destroy them. And while we're at it, we need to capture Nico Robin. Oh my lord. Again, we're back at it again. We're back at it again with capturing Nico Robin because Nico Robin can translate the poneglyphs, and Nico Robin can find out where the mythical legendary weapons are that the world government will use as weapons against the entire world to keep them in check. So yeah, I think, oh yeah, Rob Lucci is his name. I'm never going to remember that. I'm just going to remember him as the guy who got beat by Luffy and turns into a jaguar, and has a pigeon on his shoulder. So yeah, Rob Lucci says that they need to capture Nico Robin because, well, she's a very important figure in the pirate world, and also she can translate the poneglyphs and whatnot. So yeah, they're going to try to capture Nico Robin again. Now, whether or not this is a little foreshadowing of Nico Robin getting captured, or the Straw Hats having to protect Robin again, or the entirety of Wano helping to protect Robin with the Straw Hats and then with Kid's crew and freaking Law's crew, a bunch of things is going to happen to Nico Robin after freaking Wano is over, or a little bit after Wano. Don't know yet. It seems like Oda's trying to foreshadow some things, and then we get to look at Nico Robin and Brook trying to get out of there. Now we cut to freaking Momonosuke trying to conjure up his little fire clouds, flame clouds, to try and, lift the entire island, because that is what Kaido's doing. And in the last chapter, which I didn't review, of course, Luffy and Kaido were splitting the entire sky with the clash of their haki, kind of reminiscent of Whitebeard and Roger. But also, in the last chapter, we get told that Momonosuke, since he's a dragon, he's going to have most likely the same powers as Kaido. So this is where kind of we find out like how Momonosuke is trying to work with his devil fruit powers. And so obviously we know that in the last chapters, Momonosuke ran away from Kaido, so to say, using his flame clouds with, Yamato on his head. So now in this chapter, Momonosuke is trying to use his flame clouds to keep the island up, because Kaido is most likely going to drop the island, using it against Luffy to beat Luffy. It would seem Momonosuke and Yamato are trying to keep Kaido from using dirty tricks to beat Luffy in the case that Luffy does beat Kaido, because, Luffy's going to be the Pirate King, so he's going to beat Kaido no matter what. Then we cut to Yamato scaling back up, not to Onigashima, but the regular land of Wano, where everybody else is at, and her flashing back to pretty much telling Momonosuke that she's going to go back to the Skull Dome and try to minimize potential destruction from the falling rocks and whatnot, trying to, blow up the entire place because, of course, not Onigashima, but the land under Onigashima, which is it the capital of Wano, has like a bunch of explosions and whatnot. And also, last time we found out that a certain little snake, or a little Yamata no Orochi, which I killed in Neo, by the way, is alive. So Orochi is maybe alive. We saw his head roll in the anime recently, and his head rolled in the manga like probably like maybe 20 chapters ago. Maybe 20 chapters ago, maybe more than that. So yeah. And then we get a confirmation of that Yamato is a huge wolf. We already know that. We already dived in to what Yamato is. I didn't re-upload that video because I didn't feel like I needed to. So yeah, Yamato is a freaking Makami. Makamis are wolf deities in Japan. Also reminiscent of the wolves that used to be in Japan. They went extinct some way, somehow. Same as in America, wolves are endangered, except for Yellowstone Park, which is where the majority of, as far as I know, wolves are. So, yeah. Yamato is a freaking wolf with glacial ice abilities and whatnot. Now, we get to the interesting part. And this is the one that I found the most interesting because I have a theory about Sanji and his raid suit. I have a big theory. I have a big brain theory that I don't know if anybody else has picked up on, but this is my theory. But before I talk about my theory, let's talk about what's happening in the manga right now. So, obviously, Queen and Sanji are fighting. Queen is still in his, Brontosaurus form and fighting Sanji. So, of course, Queen asks Sanji about his, Germa 66 raid suit. And Queen is like, why aren't you using your raid suit against me? Didn't you use it against King earlier, And so Sanji is like, man, something's definitely wrong with my body, man. I don't know what it is, but something's wrong with my body. And obviously Queen, he's like, I'm pretty much as strong, or if not stronger than King, so I don't want to be like, seen down upon. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting here from Queen of fighting Sanji, because obviously Sanji used his raid suit against King earlier on. So obviously Queen wants a little bit of the action. And so, well, Sanji's not feeling up to par. He's feeling that his body's getting kind of weird. And so, of course, Queen tries to do a surprise attack. Sanji notices, uses the Diable Jambe to freaking kick freaking Queen in the stomach. But then we get to something that's really weird. And I don't know how Oda thinks of these things, but Queen turns into his, regular Brontosaurus form. And then, some way, somehow, the freaking neck to the tail, or the spinal cord of the freaking Brontosaurus launches out of the Brontosaurus's body. It's the same as goes with Who's Who was a freaking Triceratops, or no, not Triceratops. I forgot what that dinosaur is called. But I have a picture on the screen. But that freaking Triceratops looking dinosaur had its freaking entire mane turn into a helicopter. Like, how does Oda think of things like this? And so, pretty much Queen becomes a giant snake with the use of his weird scientific, scientific in quotation marks, ways of advancing or evolutionizing the Brontosaurus devil fruit powers. And that is, of course, where Queen basically becomes a ginormous anaconda, saying this serpentine form is the true nature of the Brontosaurus. No. But yeah, so of course Queen, kind of locks up Sanji. As I said, Queen is basically a giant anaconda now, and this is where pretty much Queen is like, yeah, I've killed many tons of Ultimate Hockey Masters. You're just going to be one of them that I break down. And pretty much so. And then pretty much as Queen is freaking, you know, talking his spill, for some reason, some way, somehow, the Brontosaurus's body that he left behind to become this giant spinal cord Brontosaurus thing has freaking missiles or lasers come up on the side of it like a tank and then just shoots him. And then lets goes of Sanji. Like, kind of comedic and like kind of really dumb, and it's like, oh my god. But yes, Sanji gets crushed, but for some way, somehow, freaking stands back up, and that is when Chopper on the side, which Chopper has been on the side there for a while now, just watching the fight, and Sanji is pretty much looking like the very beginning of One Piece, where anatomy did not exist. This is where we get an interesting thing, and this comes into my theory about Sanji. Sanji is like, what's wrong with my body? Because after Sanji got crushed up, all his crushed up body parts went back to place. And then Queen turns back into his anthropomorphic animal form and use a giant sword to hit Sanji, and the sword breaks. And so this is where Sanji reminisces to him fighting his brothers and his brothers not getting hurt. And so he's wondering if he's awakened the same abilities as his brother. Now here's my theory. Every time Sanji puts on the raid suit modifies his Sanji, you know, in a genetic anatomical way to becoming more and more like his brothers, or either the suit is magnifying his like innate powers and genetic modifications that his mom, which if you guys don't know, very, very early on during the Vinsmoke saga of, you know, Big Mom and the Vinsmoke family and the flashbacks we got for Sanji, Sanji's mom did not want Sanji to become like his brothers and sisters, even though his sister is still pretty nice and whatnot. You know, Sanji's mom drank some poison, some medication to make sure that Sanji was a normal kid, not a, you know, ruthless killer. And so these are my two theories. Either the raid suit is modifying Sanji every time Sanji puts it on, or the medicine is getting worn off by the suit that Sanji's putting on, or obviously it's not the suit that matters at all. It's just that all these years that's gone by, the medication has like dwindled, and so his true powers of the Germa 66 is coming back. And so we don't know what will happen to Sanji after this. Of course, we are now finding out that Sanji's powers of the Germa 66 power, you know, of becoming invulnerable, jumping high, having elemental abilities, which we've seen because obviously Sanji can conjure fire, and also maybe Sanji having Lunarian DNA like King, which we're getting sneak peeks of King from the last chapter when he's fighting Zoro. So we don't know. You know, Sanji is a big mystery as of lately. Either his raid suit is obviously charging up his powers, modifying him anatomically, genetically, or the medicine that his mom drank is wearing off, or you know, other things. So, you know, like Sanji having Lunarian DNA and all that stuff. So this chapter pretty much ends off with Sanji saying, "This sucks. I don't want to be a monster too," and Queen getting shocked that the sword didn't freaking cut through Sanji, and it just kind of pushed Sanji on the cheek a little bit, and that's it. So yeah, this chapter, wow, crazy. Very, very crazy. Awesome to see. More, you know, development of Sanji, even though we saw a development with Zoro, in that Zoro is a part of the Wano families in Wano. I think it's the Shimotskis. So, you know, Zoro may be a Shimotski and all that stuff. I don't think I re-uploaded that video. But, yeah, so Zoro's a Shimotski. Sanji's getting back his powers. Of course, we haven't really seen the full extent of Zoro's powers, but now we're getting a good extent and more development of Sanji's powers to kind of match up with Sanji's, greatness of his bounty at the moment. So this is cool to see. This is awesome to see. I'm going to end the video here. So enough rambling on from me. Please like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel for anime content, ranty content. Sometimes me talking about games and just absolutely raging from time to time. But yeah, I'll see you guys all in the freaking next video. Peace out.